Hey everyone, this is Hector with Road to Strength. I want to wish you guys a happy Thursday. Again, just like Tuesday, it's beautiful outside right now. So I just want to thank everybody who's coming on right now to take Flex, which is our stretch and mobility session that I host on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:50 to 12:10. Just a couple little updates. Again, if you guys want to give me a follow, I would greatly appreciate it. It's just the icon above the video with the heart sign that says follow on it. All it does is if you want it to send you notifications of when I go live, it'll just send you an email. The other thing that it does too is it just allows us to communicate, which is typically a little bit easier to build a community. The point of what I'm trying to do here is not only to build positivity for everybody, but also try to build community, so that way everybody can feel like they're part of something, myself included. You know, I've been streaming now for the last couple of weeks since everything's kind of unfolded. So I'm enjoying this, and I hope you guys are also enjoying this. If you scroll down below the video, my social media links are there, but otherwise you can reach me at Instagram and Twitter at Coach Hector M, and you can also reach out to me on Discord at Road to Strength #2587. So I want to thank everybody for coming on. Again, if you can donate, I'm fundraising for Gamers Outreach. I want them to be able to build a go-kart, which is a mobile gaming station that they send over to a hospital. And essentially it's just for children who are unable to leave the hospital setting just because of extenuating circumstance. So I just want to make sure that they can enjoy, something given the circumstance of being in a real precarious position. So again, if you can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I know I've been blabbing a lot, so I just want to thank everybody again for coming on. Today's session we're going to do more of a total body, so stretching and some mobility work, just so that way we can make sure that we're feeling pretty good. I like to do a lot of these stretches just because I know with our new office settings, essentially being our home or our apartment, it's not always conducive or ergonomic like it would be if you were in like your actual office space for the most part. So I just want to make sure that we can stretch everything out, make sure everything's feeling really good. That way you're not feeling too tight. I know, especially with allergies, I don't typically get allergies all that often, but this year's been really bad, where I've been having a lot of tension headaches, and I know I've had a lot of tightness up into my upper back and neck. So if you're also feeling that way, let's just try to, make sure that we can stretch out, move around a little bit throughout the day. What I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to, in the chat, just add the Spotify playlist. So if you want to follow along, put some music on, you definitely can. You don't have to. It's just something a little bit calming. If you want to put your own playlist, by all means, let's do that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to grab my stopwatch. We're going to start off with a elevated leg or, elevated foot position breathing technique or breathing exercise. The reason why I like to do that is what it does, it allows the body to just relax and down-regulate. Sometimes that's typically what the biggest issue for most people is that they're always ramped up and at, full speed, but do not turn it off and aren't able to, kind of wind down a little bit, bring that speed down. So, most of the time you'll hear, oh, this is happening, my back's bugging me, my back, my back this, my back that, or, something. Let's insert whatever area is bugging you, is, more or less kind of causing you the discomfort that you're currently feeling. So what I want to do here is I just want to allow the body to down-regulate and almost like kind of like go into like a sleep mode, if you want to think about it like in terms of a computer. So let's do that. We're going to go for 3 minutes. So it's not going to be anything too crazy. What you want to do here is feet are going to go up onto the wall. Okay. Now, the spine should be in a nice neutral position. So you shouldn't be arching, and you shouldn't really be trying to make your back as flat as possible. You want to go where your spine feels very natural And from here, it's creating constant pressure into the floor. So if you feel that like you're losing it sometimes, don't go that far with the breathing, okay? So take a nice deep breath, fill the stomach with air. I'm starting the timer right now. We're going 3 minutes. So fill the stomach with air, squeeze, exhale. Also, if you want to close your eyes as you're doing this, that's perfectly fine too, because again, it just allows the body to down-regulate a little bit. Gets all that sympathetic or the parasympathetic nervous system to shut down a little bit. I hope you're having an awesome day today. I'm sure you've been all really busy this week. Hopefully you guys are able to unwind starting tomorrow afternoon with that long weekend. Not that it really makes that much of a difference as we're all home right now, or at least the majority of us are. Again, thank you to everybody who is catching the stream. I really appreciate it. If you can share this with friends and family, that would be great. I just want to be able to spread some positivity wherever it's needed. Now, as you can tell, the back may start to feel a little bit looser. I know that I've been having a lot of discomfort, especially prior to everything kind of shutting down, but started doing a lot of these exercises as a means to just, again, down-regulate, get the body to relax, and again, go into that sleep mode. And honestly, my back has felt much better. It's felt less overly tense, more or less. Where no matter what position I was in, if I was in it for too long, it would get really tight. What we're also doing too is we're trying to get the muscles in the lower abdominals and the pelvis and the pelvic girdle to just turn on, because we're sitting down for too long. Those muscles no longer have to work, so therefore you start to weaken them a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job, everybody. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over. From here, we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. Thank you, Furious, for essentially posting my stream. I really appreciate that. Again, if you want to partake in this isn't really all that crazy in terms of the movements, as well as, if you want to do this later on in the day, if you just scroll down below, my YouTube channel or website is linked down below. So I use that more or less as like a video on demand. I know I'm really behind and I keep saying I'm going to get it done, but it's just been so busy with creating content and whatnot that it's been kind of taking a back burner, unfortunately. So I'm going to work on that today, so that way I can get pretty much hopefully the majority of it done by tomorrow afternoon or so. So I'm really giving myself a hard deadline to get things done. Same thing, just focus on your breathing. Take a nice deep breath. If you feel that you're shallow breathing, reset yourself. Just take a nice deep breath. And exhale. And let's switch sides, everybody. Now, I know this isn't the most exciting part of, exercising. I know a lot of people want to skip this, but I just enjoy doing this a lot because it just, again, it allows my body to relax. It allows me to mentally prepare myself for, whether it's the workout for today that I'm going to be doing at 12:20, so in about 20 minutes now, or it's just, what I need to do just in general for my day. Sometimes stretching just allows me to take a step back, see the landscape and figure out which way to attack, and kind of, be as productive as I can be within my day. So, it serves multiple purposes other than just stretching for the sake of stretching. As you can tell, my left side's a lot tighter. I was able to grab my toes, not so much here. Okay, barely, but it's really pulling. If you are feeling like a mild stretch, then that's a good position that you want to be in. If you're feeling like it's pulling way too much and it's almost a little bit painful, you've gone too far. So just make sure that you're keeping that in mind. If it feels like a 7, 8, then you're good. If it feels like a 9 or 10, step off a little bit. And good. From here, we're going to go into a pigeon stretch. Okay, so pigeon stretch or figure 4, depending on what you want to call it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my right leg, keep it still. Sorry for that. Pin it down. So I'm pinning my right ankle down with my left hand, and I'm extending that left leg behind me. Now you should feel this right in the IT band, which is the muscle right on the side. And you're also going to feel this in the glute as well, on this right, in my case, on my right side. My left side, not so much. You may feel a little bit in the hip flexor. Some people want to go forward, and that's perfectly fine, as long as the leg is not, the heel isn't going in towards you, meaning doing this and rotating in. Okay, so just readjusting. And keep the back, nice and square. So I shouldn't be hunched over. I should be nice and square as I'm doing this. You're going to feel a really good stretch through here. Again, this is one of these stretches where I find it to be very beneficial, for a multitude of different reasons, especially if it's like lower back discomfort. Sometimes the IT band can really pull on the hip in a weird way that may cause some discomfort. And let's switch sides, everybody. So same thing, so my right foot is behind me, pinning my left hand down, pinning my left foot down, my right hand, and keeping my shoulders nice and square. I plan on putting a foam roll video out just on YouTube. So that way you have that. I know I have one on there, but it is a really long one. So I'm going to probably break it up as a series, more or less, like a 2-video series, where one is upper body, one is lower body. And I like to foam roll, more or less right before I get into my workout, whether it's this stretch class or, the boot camp class. Just so that way my body is ready to go. Blood flow is in the muscles. And great job. From here, we're going to move into a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So I'm just going to go with one foot or one knee up. The other leg is dug into the floor. And what I'm going to do here is squeeze my glute. Now, if I feel a really good stretch, what I'm going to do here is stay there. What I'm going to do is stay there. But if I'm not feeling too much of a stretch, I want to extend the arm overhead. Okay, and squeeze. Now, what I don't want to do is really extend in my lower back. I want to keep my lower back as neutral as I possibly can. The reason why I'm saying neutral is because everybody's spine position is very different depending on the curve of the spine. So what's neutral for me may not be neutral for you, but it's finding that neutral ground. And great job. I'm going to switch sides now. So again, foot is forward, vertical shin, and I'm digging my right toes into the floor. Now again, squeeze the right glute, And if you're not feeling too much of a stretch, extend the arm. Now, if you're not feeling too much of a stretch in this position, what I want you to focus on here is just kind of almost like side bend a little bit. And you may feel a little bit more in that hip flexor. Also, if you have a mat, you can fold it in half. I didn't mention that before, so I apologize. But just fold it in half so that way it gives the knee a little bit more cushion. Okay. We're doing awesome, everybody. So great job so far. We're almost done for today. And nice job, everybody. So from here, we're going to go into hip circles. So we're in that all four position. And what I want you to focus on here is kick the leg out, right back in. We're going to get 12, and then we're going to get 12 more going the other way. Now, the big thing that I want you to focus on here is the leg that's moving. You want to be able to put a little bit more pressure on that same side hand. So in this case, my left hand. And nice job. From here, we're going to go the other way. So again, in this case, my right hand is getting a little bit more pressure. And done, nice work. From here, we're moving into hip windmill. So again, we're sitting right down, hands are behind us. We're going to go over from one side over to the other side. Now you may notice that as you do this, you may kind of slide forward, and that's perfectly fine. You can always reset yourself. And we got 15 each way. So I'm at 5. This is just a nice little mobility drill that you can do with the hips, just to get the hips to feel pretty good. Loosen them up. Again, sometimes if you have some discomfort in the lower back, it may not be the back where the pain is happening. It might be referral, in which case it could be from, the hips. Let's get 2 more each way. 1. And done. Nice job, everyone. So from here, we're going to go into what I will call a scorpion. So it's not the Rob Dyrdek ridiculousness type scorpion where the heels are essentially right over the head, because you fall forward and you kind of almost, it looks like you're about to flip, but you completely botch it. What you're going to do here is you're going to lie on your stomach, hands out to the side, and you're going to bring the heel over to the opposite foot, or to the opposite hand, sorry, and do the same thing going the other way. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get 8 each way, and it's just dynamic. So you're just going to go back and forth. And done. Nice job. Moving into a child's pose. So with the child's pose, bring the hips back towards the heels, reach the arms out in front of you. And this is where you really want to focus on your breathing here. I know for the last couple we weren't as focused, just because we're doing more mobility drills. But right now we're just holding a static position, so I want you to refocus on that breathing. Take a nice deep breath. Fill the stomach with air. Reach both hands over to the left. So by reaching both hands over to the left, you're going to feel this right just under the armpit in the lat. It's that muscle in the body that I'll typically refer to as like the squirrel suit. So when you see a bodybuilder with big lats, the muscle right here is really protruding out. Again, kind of like that squirrel suit. Nice job. From here, let's go into a biceps and tricep stretch. I know I'm a couple minutes I'm going a couple minutes over, so I apologize for that, but just want to take some time, especially right now, just to get the biceps and triceps stretched out. So we're just oscillating back and forth. We got 12 reps. The reason why this is a really good exercise is, again, if you're sitting at a computer, laptop, whatever, and you're in you're stuck in that typing position, you could feel some pain or discomfort into the forearms, in the wrist, sometimes in the shoulder. So by doing this, it's going to get the bicep as well as the forearm. The forearm's really tight. It's going to get that stretch. Let's get 3 more. One more. And done. Great job. And then we're going to go thumb up. Again, same thing. So the thumb's up, but the hand's also a little bit higher. So what I'll do here is I'll probably step away after I do this on the other side for me to get things ready for Get Up, which again is our 30-minute boot camp class. If you don't have weights, by all means, use if you have a heavy textbook or 2 textbooks, because we're going to be doing stuff that requires both sides at the same time, that's fine. If you only have one, again, what we can do is we can just kind of work around that. And good, let's switch sides. So again, hand is about in line with the shoulder, thumb's pointing right out towards the door, and I'm gonna turn and right back. So again, I got another 12. And you wanna keep that palm up against the wall the whole time. There shouldn't be, it shouldn't lift off. If it is, then you're not really getting too much of a stretch there. Let's keep it up, everybody. Nice, nice. Almost done. One more, and then we're gonna go triceps. So again, thumb up, hand a little bit higher, turning out. We got another 12. When we finish here, again, we are done for today. I'm gonna get things set up for Get Up in terms of some weights. I'm gonna go nothing too crazy in terms of something heavy, but also I'll have maybe a lighter dumbbell or a lighter book. Two more. Last one. Let's finish this up, everybody. And done. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming on today. This has been awesome. I hope you guys all really enjoyed this. Again, I know I went a couple minutes over. But again, I'm going to step out. I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes, get everything ready for Get Up. And again, hope I get to see you in a couple minutes. But if not, have an awesome weekend. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, so stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday at 11:50 a.m. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Take care.